Ado. The album is Zanmu, and the song we are listening to today in our track-by-track listen through to this album is Chocolat Cadabra. I gotta be honest, the name immediately has me. I'm just like, I have no idea what this is about, but it immediately sounds interesting. And I was interested in the previous couple of reactions I did as part of this track-by-track listen through to the album. A couple of people were like, yeah, I'm interested to see what you think of Chocolat Cadabra. So I'm already feeling a bit of hype for this. It's got an interesting name. It's a 3-minute 20 runtime, so it seems like it's going to be a punchy one, and a couple of people have expressed an interest in seeing my thoughts, so yeah, I'm hoping to get a bit blown away by this. Yeah, in any way, so I'm hoping to have some fun with it. So far, actually, I should probably just catch up on the album. Yeah, the album has been pretty interesting so far. Pretty interesting start. I thought Dignity was like a big sort of highlight moment. Very stereotypical arena ballad, but seriously cool. I noticed as well there's some writing credits I have to come back and mention as well, because I noticed there's some really interesting writers involved in some of the tracks in this album. So yeah, I have no idea 100% what to expect here. I should probably find out. Can we see who wrote this song? Is that right? Oh, no way. This was written by Taku Inoue. Okay, so now I'm definitely expecting something interesting. All right, so Taku Inoue's got that name on a lot of very interesting songs. I'm thinking like a lot of the Hololive songs as well. Some of the really cool Hololive songs have Taku Inoue's name on them. So let's check this out. I am doubly intrigued now. Let's go. Yeah. Oh. Oh, all right. Starting with a bit of funkiness. Actually, I'm hearing a bit of I'm hearing the vibe of some of those Taku Inoue Suisei songs at this point now. Alright, nice build up. Where are we going with this? That's just funky. Nice. That was a nice use of. That raised melody is a really interesting way to highlight the voice of the singer that you're working with. When you know you got a singer like that, give her a line like that. This video is so surreal. Why? What are we doing? Oh, that's cool. That's a nice big build up, and then we break down. I feel like the song's still taking us in some interesting left and right turns. Interesting how the beats are like kind of half time here. Did you get double time? There we go. This is gonna be one of the ones where we find out that this was just commissioned for like a chocolate advert. If so, it's a good advert. Reminds me of Charlotte by... I was just about to say, this really reminds me of Charlotte by Wednesday Campanella or Suryobi Campanella, which ends with... Was it? Is it Ghana or one of the chocolate companies? It's the same... Alright. Ah! Okay, so like, okay. So Suyomi Campanella did a song which was a time with, I'm pretty sure it's Ghana or the chocolate bar company, and they did which is I think Lotte's brand. What am I doing the other? And it just sort of like, it was like, oh, I remember they did like a really all in on the chocolate kind of song, and then. And then Ado's on it as well. Well, do you know what? Sometimes you got to pick up that paycheck, and I don't blame you for doing it. So long as there's a good song, and in this case, there was a good song. Wow, look at all those. There we go. There we fucking go. Credit to you, Lotte. You commissioned a good song, and I respect it. All right, so let's get on to talking about this. I actually, do you know what? I have to say, I felt like this had a lot of really cool things happening in it. I was kind of concerned when it first came in, like the funkiness was very clear. But you know, doing a funky song is, yeah, that's great. But you want it to develop into something, especially when you're working with a singer who's got a really interesting voice like this. As mentioned, I think I'm pretty sure it's a few of the Taku Inoue songs with Suisei have been quite notably interesting, because a lot of Suicide songs are a bit of a funk, and then they build up into something more dramatic, and that's what this seemed to do as well. And I think it was interesting because it settles you in quite nicely through the first verse and all the way up to the first chorus, a bit of a build up. But then I liked how you had that bit later on where we get that sort of dramatic bridge, and it breaks down, it slowly builds up at the end. The crescendo was nicely worked up to. For a song that's only 3 minutes and 20 seconds long, I didn't feel at any point like it was just sort of like repeatedly going verse, chorus, and just kind of like throwing a simple formula at you. It felt like it had some direction, it had some movement, so it kind of grew beyond just being a funky beat with a great singer on it. I also felt that, as mentioned, the chorus was nice. It didn't I've mentioned before, I think some of the songs that I most dislike in the Ado discography, not as many songs I dislike, but there's a couple that I'm not a big fan of, and they seem to be songs where, I wish I could remember the names, but they seem to be songs where it's just like Ado's told, oh well, your voice is really distinctive, just over sing, and then they just put a funky beat behind it and think that's how you make a single. And you know, I must say that I really like that the majority of her songs seem to not be that, and this is a great example of that, where when she really needs to sing, go up those high notes, you know, she does it, and oh, it's so gorgeous when she does. She nails those notes. It just sounds amazing. But it's not just all the way through the song. The melody naturally builds up to that in the chorus, and she does it and hits beautifully when it happens. But it's not just all the time. And so for me, like the little moments where Ada really sort of shows her full capacity as a singer, they're nice, they're intermittent, they're spread out, they're just at the right moments when they have to, and they hit so much sweeter for it. There's some cool bits where she gets to be funky, like in that second verse, which had a bit of a dubstep feeling going on. The production is playful. Taku Inoue is always working with these kind of... have I ever heard a song where Taku Inoue has worked with a singer who's actually got a face? I'm going to have to say... Wait, hold up. It's like Hololive, this. I think Taku Inoue has done a bunch of songs with Sakura Miko as well. I wish I could remember more of the Taku Inoue credits. I'm gonna have to find out where. See if I can get a list of Taku Inoue songs here. Google, what we got? Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff going back. Let's put this up on screen. So I'm on Google. Wow, these are a lot of people I did not know about. Freaking Ridge Racer stuff and all that kind of stuff going on. A lot of video game music as well. Okay. Cool. All right. So this is not what I expected to see. But yeah, actually, do you know what? Has Taku Inoue done Ano songs? I'm pretty sure he has. Can't see which one. There's a couple of things coming up here. Yeah, so there's an article here. But okay, so they have done songs together, I'm assuming, from what I can see here. Sorry, okay, I'm just taking you guys through me looking at articles. This is the problem with doing reactions. If you want to work something out on the fly, it could be a little bit of a what are Taku Inoue's most popular songs. Oh, that's an interesting response. Let's see what I get there. Okay, not anything I've reacted to on this channel. Fair enough. Look. So basically, you know, it's really interesting because I felt like this had a real maturity to the writing. Is kind of the point I'm trying to say. You know, Ado's skill. Sorry, I was talking about Ado and Anno. I hope you guys know the difference. I'm assuming if you watch this channel, you do. But for me, like, I really felt like this had that kind of funkiness with a maturity, which used her voice beautifully, had a great build up, and did a fantastic job of getting us more interested in Ghana chocolate. All right, so this album's been going great, guys. You know, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat me some chocolate now. Advertising doesn't work. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll continue the track by track listen through as always. I'm thinking at the moment that it seems the schedule for these, they're coming out every 3 days. So stay with me, and hopefully every 3 days you'll get another song from this album if everything continues as normal. But until you do, thank you so much for tuning in. Until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.